we will be for a while. Yeah, settling in here. We've been here now, I think, a couple of weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And yeah, we're hitting everything in stride, looking pretty good. Hey, Aravinda from Oregon, and Monica. Monica's in Tahoe. Ooh. Sounds pretty good to me. So we have been talking about, it's kind of the end of the year, and we think about, thinking about the whole year of travel and what we've done so far. Yeah, everything we've done, and just kind of, started ranking things. So we've got a couple more people coming in here from California, of course, from New York City, from Chicago, which we love, another Chicago. Yeah, you guys keep coming in here.
See a lot of old stalwarts in the chat today, which is good. Makes us feel good.
Traveling Hatter, Gary is marooned in Omaha, Nebraska.
Gary,
I wouldn't say marooned.
You're going to be unmarooned in about a month, I hear.
Very unmarooned.
So,
Brown-Eyed Girl is in Winnipeg.
Yeah, that's got to be cold.
It's got to be cold there right now. Another from New York City, Western Massachusetts, Virginia. Wow, we've got that's a lot of the U.S. states covered right there.
Yeah.
Very little overlap.
I don't feel too bad for Gary. I know he'll be in Australia in about a month, so
that's right.
That's gonna be very nice.
Yes.
Guy is from Atlanta, our old hometown. I guess it's still our hometown. I don't know.
I guess. Blue-Eyed Kansas. Ooh, they're getting ready to take off. Couple more weeks.
Where are you going first, Blue-Eyed Kansas?
Yes, I don't remember. I think you told us last week, but no, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I have the same water bottle.
Still drinking water.
Still drinking water. Still recovering from the group cruise.
Spokane, Seattle, New Jersey.
Yeah. I am feeling better, but I'm not 100%.
We're getting there.
Roads are iced. Ooh, that does not even compute.
Yeah.
I went outside yesterday and I thought, that's pretty cool. It was about 85 degrees.
That was me this morning. I went out to run a few errands and I was like, oh, the weather's much cooler today. And then I looked at my watch, which has the temperature on it, and I was like, oh, it's like 87. Okay. I found that to be cool for here.
Yeah, they have all kinds of things for coughs here that you can't get in the States. Now, for me, unfortunately, the history of my life, when I get a cough, it's for a long time.
It stays with him.
It stays with me.
What seems like for life.
For sometimes 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but they do have a lot of remedies here. So.
They do. What's kind of interesting here is that you go to the pharmacy and the pharmacist kind of asks you all your different symptoms, asks you what medications you're on, almost like you're at a doctor's visit, which is really so strange. And then they go through all the different things that you can take, and they tell you when to take it, and take this with this, and don't do this. It's really amazing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So my cough is almost gone. I just started coughing like an hour ago. Terrible timing. But I haven't coughed all day until right now. So.
That's so true. I was like, why did he start coughing all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so I don't know. But
Elizabeth knows your pain.
It's pretty much gone except for when I'm on a live stream.
Yeah. It knows he's live and it just says, let's just start messing with him.
Thank you, Nug, my favorite couple. Maybe if I start talking, it'll do better.
Yeah, because you did do better last week once you started talking.
Yeah. Gary's from Germany. I like that. And Rodney from Lawrenceville. Yeah. Our old home. Good old Lawrenceville.
Very close to where we were.
Hey, Fritz is here.
Hey, Fritz.
Did everybody get a coughing fit after the cruise? Too much late night shenanigans?
Oh, no. Rita. Hi, Rita.
Hey, Rita. How you doing, Rita? Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Rita was also with us on the cruise.
That's
and
right.
Luxury Travel Spotlight made
It's
it.
like a
Thank
mini
you.
reunion.
It is. This is Guy. Wait, is that a different guy? Is there two guys? No, there's
No,
only
Gary.
There's only one guy.
Oh, one guy.
One guy.
Okay.
I thought the
I think you
last name
said
was
Gary, but it was Guy.
I said-
Yeah, sorry,
I
Guy.
was Rodney. Rodney from Lawrenceville. Let's see. PT Bars from the
Boise.
airport.
PT bars at the airport.
Yeah.
Good old airport internet.
Well, we do, while everyone's filing in here, if you have a question, go ahead and leave it in the chat. Good to see you, David from Heidelberg.
Checking out those Christmas markets.
Excuse me. Leave it in the chat if you have a question. We're going to be talking about all kinds of good things we did this year.
That's right.
The best things. Hey, TNNP, welcome to Gold. That's awesome.
Ooh, welcome to the Gold Club.
Let's see. Fritz, you may see Gary over there. He's cruising. I don't know what cruise he's on, but
He's cruising to Australia, but I don't know which one he's on.
Yeah.
26 days on January 20th.
I mean,
Nice.
it's a pretty big country, but yeah, have fun, Fritz. That's awesome. We've not been to Australia yet, which you would think we would have, but we have not been. So if you have questions, go ahead and leave them. But we're
That's
gonna
right.
talk about a couple of awards. These are like unofficial. There's been no voting, and there is really no prize for the companies that win. So
They may never know that they won.
they may never know. These really aren't on the level of the Grammys or the Oscars. These are the Robin Alleys.
The Robin Alleys.
Yeah. So
And you get a thumbs up from us.
yeah, Fritz, you do need to be on Wi-Fi to watch the course. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so let's give the first award, then we'll answer a couple more questions.
Yes. We'll chime in.
Gonna be.
Don't worry, we'll get to your
Keep asking
questions.
questions while we do this, though. Best hotel lounge.
Okay, this one's really easy. We don't even really have to think about this one, but it was the Intercontinental Landmark 72 in Hanoi. It was phenomenal. Probably, well, it is, I think, the largest, maybe, intercontinental lounge in Asia. I mean, it was enormous. I thought, how much longer do I have to walk in here before I get to the other side? I could see it, but I felt like I was never going to get there. They have it divided up so nicely, and the staff there was absolutely ridiculous, off the charts. The food, phenomenal. Really insane. They had like a whole little made to order station where they did like made to order different types of noodles, so you could do like ramen or ramyun or just, you know, pho, like any kind of different type of soups. They had all different types of options. You get those made to order, plus Eastern and Western offerings, as well as tons of desserts, which we tried to skip on some nights. And then they also had like, you know, meat and cheese, you know, bread, all kinds of stuff. Of course, you know that the bread in Vietnam is phenomenal with that French influence. So good. Everything about it was amazing. That I don't have one complaint, honestly.
Yeah, and the food, like normally when we say you're getting a full meal, you know, maybe it's like you're kind of making a little bit of a meal. This was like 3 full meals. Like you would go up there, and it wasn't just like meals you wouldn't want. Like as an American and like being from the Midwest, it was like they had like meatballs and potatoes and like mac and cheese, spaghetti with lasagna. All like it was almost like being at Cracker Barrel.
It was shocking.
On some nights, shocking. And so I said,
we were like, whoa.
and I looked around and I was like, we were like the only Americans in the lounge, and I was like, why do they have all this Midwest comfort food and like it's mostly Asians in the lounge? It didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
It was a lot of Korean businnesmen in the lounge.
Yeah, it
and
was.
then there was us. We were like,
So
huh.
I asked one of the attendants one day. She was like, I was like, what? I was like, this is amazing. First of all, this is like food from where I live, but why do you have this food in Vietnam? I don't understand why you would have this. And she was like, oh, this is where the Secret Service stays. And I thought, oh, that makes sense. So they,
Apparently, they've requested their preferences when they're there. So whenever the U.S. president, whoever that is, visits Hanoi, the Secret Service stays at this hotel.
yeah. So
they have.
thank you for the meatballs.
Thank you, U.S. Secret Service, who protects the president for making all these great choices for us in this lounge. So
That's the best lounge.
Best lounge.
Yeah.
In our
without
world.
a doubt.
And we have been to many lounges
in
all
our
over
life,
the world.
and the people were amazing. So
yes.
All right, let's answer a couple questions here. Monica wants to know if her IHG points will expire. They won't unless you don't do anything for a long time. So as long as you're active, either buying points or
having the card,
or having the card, even if you just let your account go dormant for a long time, they would expire.
As long as
eventually.
you're doing something, you're fine.
Do something and they will be fine. Let's see.
EC19 bought 100,000 and got the 100,000 free. Love that.
Oh yeah, Monica says she does have the IHG card.
Oh, okay.
So they won't expire if you have the IHG card. So that was the best hotel lounge. We got into that lounge. That's an IHG because we stayed the 40 nights at IHG. Then you pick the lounge access intercontinentals in Asia. They're not going to be bad. They're going to be amazing.
They will not disappoint you.
Totally worth doing. So let's talk about second award, best airport lounge. Now, granted, we did not go to all of them. These are ones that we went to.
This is just from our last year of travel, 2024.
Yeah, 2024. Best airport lounge. And this was an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. This one was interesting because this airport lounge is landside. So before you go through security, you're landside at this lounge, which there are very few. I think there's only 3 maybe in the world. Less than 5 for sure. And that is in Kuala Lumpur. And this lounge was amazing. They had, those massage chairs that they have in the mall that people sit in but don't pay money for because, whatever. They're free in this lounge. So let's just say I put that to the test. I would get in it and, get a nice massage and then get up, maybe go get some water, walk around the lounge, sit back down in the chair again. But what was really cool about this too, not only was it landside, but then they gave you a special fast pass to get through passport control. So they would move you into the lane where the diplomats and VIPs go through. We got through in seconds, literally seconds. Made it to the other side. Security was really quick as well because we were already on the priority side. So it was pretty amazing to get that. It was a huge bonus because the line was pretty long. If you've ever been to the airport in Kuala Lumpur, that security line is pretty long. It was really awesome to have that land side before security because a lot of times if you traveled a lot, in so many countries all over the world, you cannot check in more than 2 hours before your flight. They will not check you in. They will not accept your luggage, nothing. So you're just sitting there. You get to the airport 3, 4, 5 hours early. You're going to be sitting there staring, doing nothing. And there's rarely some place to sit even in that case. Yeah. There were a few places, but there were so many people waiting. Everything was taken. So it was really nice to go sit in this lounge.
That's the big wake-up call. Like in the States, we're used to, if you have to check out of your hotel at noon and your flight's not till 8 o'clock at night, you just go to the airport. Delta will take your bag. You go through. You can go do whatever you want in the airport. Not in almost every other country. You cannot even give them your bag till 2 hours before. So it's a real big problem. And the lounge there is amazing. So yeah, so that lounge you get in, all the lounges basically you get in with priority pass. So you want to have one credit card between the two of you. It's good for 2 people with a priority pass access. We have the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the MX Platinum. They both have it. It's overkill, but we do travel a lot, so I think it's okay. But one of those 2 would be the recommendation to get into the lounges. There is a link in the description if you want to check out those cards. But that's like a huge saver because you're saving on comfort and you're saving on money because you're saving on food
Exactly.
and time.
Yeah,
so
and the
everything.
other great thing about it too is I hear people always complaining about how long they have to wait to get into some of the lounges in the US. There were maybe 4 other people in this lounge with us. Huge lounge. They even had like a quiet zone if you wanted
Yeah.
to take a nap that had like a door that closed. Like it was amazing. Literally, there were maybe 4 other people in there with us. So there were 4 of those massage chairs. I was the only person that used them the entire time we were in there. And we were in there for like an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. It was crazy. It was really nice to not have to be in a crowded space. You could just sit in there quietly, enjoy a couple snacks, enjoy the massages. It was nice.
The lounges overseas are ridiculous. They're amazing. So yeah, that's just great. Let's see. I think we answered all the questions. If you have questions, you can ask them while we're giving the awards out. The awards are gonna come when they come. Let's see. 4 nights to get the free night, Monica. Yeah, you book IHG in groups of 4, and then you'll get the 4th night free. So if you book 5 nights, you still only get 1 night free. If you book 8 nights, you'll get 2 nights free.
Budget retirement travel, are you asking about the hotel lounge or the airport lounge?
I think the airport
lounge.
The airport lounge would be the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Amex Platinum. I think there's a couple others, but those are the 2 main ones.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 that we have that work well for us. So, okay, let's see.
Oh, okay. Airport, yeah.
Air France Lounge in Paris is amazing. Oh,
interesting.
Let's see. Yeah, we've never been to that. We haven't been to a lot of lounges in France. Been to some, actually in Europe, we haven't been to a lot of lounges.
Yeah, because we take the train a lot. And when we're traveling within Europe, we do the trains a lot there.
We like the trains in Europe.
Yeah, they do have lounges at a lot of the train stations, especially like in Italy. There were quite a few because we did business train rides, some special rides. If you haven't seen our train rides in Europe, those videos are on the regular Grounded Life Travel YouTube channel, which is our bigger channel. But we've got train rides on there if you want to check that out in Europe. And also we got the lounges in there and everything. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Venture X card, we do not have. A lot of people have reported problems having that card as a full-time traveler. So I just stayed away from it.
Yeah.
Hyatt actually releases their availability. The question is, when do they release their hotel points availability? They're the furthest of anyone. It's over a year. So it's about 13 months. I don't know what it is to the day, but it's about 13 months. And it's funny because I saw some articles online about actually getting the one I talk about a lot, which is the Hyatt House Shibuya. People say you can't get it. It's not available through points. It is, but you have to book it the exact week that it comes out.
Like the second it comes out, practically.
Exactly. So let's see. Norman, thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know how Norman did that. Made us.
I don't know
think
how
orange.
you do that.
How'd you do that, Norman? How'd you make your chat message orange? That's a good one.
That's a new one.
There is a way if you're a member on here, I think. Like if you look at Traveling Hatter or Monica, they have a little star next to Fritz. Yeah, they have a little star. There is supposed to be a way that you can send one special message per month that will be super highlighted. Nobody's ever done it, so I don't know what it'll look like.
And we don't really know how to do it.
I thought that maybe this was it, but it's not.
No.
I don't think Norman is a member, so Norman just knows how to make them orange.
That's right.
Yeah, so anyway. Are the Lions going to beat the Bills today? I don't think so. I don't have a good feeling about that, but you never know. We're not too concerned until the playoffs, though. So
That's right.
That's right. Okay, best loyalty program.
Well, we just referenced that last question, and that's going to be Hyatt. Hyatt's loyalty program is incredible. Once you reach that globalist status, they do everything shy of literally rolling out the red carpet for you. Again, especially, we had some of that while we were in the US, but honestly, we've received incredible benefits from the Hyatt, loyalty program overseas. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's the best overall program, and I think the reason why is you get these suite upgrades that you can apply to any reservation at the time of the booking. The one thing I don't like about the IHG program is that your suite upgrades can only be applied 14 days before arrival, and you have to like call in and be like, do you have any suites available?
Please.
But with Hyatt, you can reserve the suite the day you make the reservation, even if it's a year in advance. So I think that's what separates the two. Other than that, they're pretty similar, although Hyatt is much harder to attain than IHG, so there is that. Best hotel upgrades that we got, though, for the year is going to go the other way.
That's right. It's going to be IHG. They have given us incredible upgrades. I mean, we got that. If you saw our video on the Travel Asia with Ali channel, they gave us a ridiculous upgrade at the Crown Plaza in Manila. And I mean, it was astonishing.
Yeah.
a corner, 1-bedroom suite. And then we had a bunch of food and beverage credits that we could use. So we didn't pay a penny. We used our points, and then they gave us that insane upgrade. And we were there for 2 weeks. Is that right?
16 days.
16 days. That's right. In 4-night increments. But that was amazing. And they were really incredible to us there. The lounge there was amazing. It was connected to the mall, so we could just walk right into the mall. We got our massages in there. When it was really hot, we got our steps, or if it was too busy on the street to get steps, got those in the mall.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. Like, I can't really underestimate the service you get in these places. Like, when we were in the Philippines, we checked into our suite, which they gave us. It was like a 1-bedroom suite. Thing was huge. Maybe there's a video on it. But anyway, we're sitting there, we're watching some TV at night, and there's a knock on the door. And a lady comes to the door, and she's got like a plate of like croissants and pastries. And she's like, oh, I thought because you were, at that point we were only platinum. So
Yeah.
I thought because you were a platinum member, you'd want these pastries. Okay. She gave us the
Alrighty.
pastries. Never seen that before. So she gives us this huge plate of pastries. We're like, okay, thanks. Amazing. And it's like, that's just the kind of stuff that happens in Asia.
You're right, because we earned Diamond with
While we
that
were there.
stay.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were only platinum there. I forgot all about that.
Exactly. Let's see. Couple of questions here coming in. Blue Eyed Kansas, the qualification runs annually for all the programs, so you'll need to start January 1st for your basically all the hotels. Your nights start accruing January 1st.
Reggie, the commenter, no, we do not register with the STEP program. They tend to send a lot of notifications, a lot of them being entirely unnecessary in our opinion. So we do not register with it. We do keep an eye on things for the places we're going or planning on going, but never been a problem.
Yeah, I would say this, like we're from Atlanta, okay? So if there was a similar program in the US, they'd be sending me stuff every day. So, like, it's not like, it's like you can say things they tend to, go overboard with the notification. Yeah. We did contact the embassy once. That was during COVID, though.
Mm-hmm. That was just because we wanted to go home, and in order to go to the airport, we had to have permission from the embassy. to go to the airport, get a ticket, and be able to fly back to the U.S. We were there when everything locked down in 2020, so we were there for 3 months. And once our time was up, we said we're going home. Wrote to the embassy, and they sent us a letter, and we were good to go.
Yeah, Lisa, thank you. We don't ever talk about tax filings just because it's impossible for us to know people's situation. Some people aren't even American that are doing the course, and so it's completely different for everybody. But hopefully, that's just something that once you start making enough money on there, it's basically like being an independent contractor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's not.
So you would deal with it that way.
It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got a couple more questions on here. Hey Ted, appreciate you coming on.
Welcome, Ted.
Let's see. I think I missed a few here.
That's right.
Yeah. Sean Senior, Hyatt has a 25% bonus for points. Is it worth to buy them? Yeah, we just did a video on that a couple days ago, and basically it is worth it if you're going to use them. I probably wouldn't buy them to stockpile them, but if you have some Hyatt stays coming up, it's always better to pay with points. A couple of reasons for that, and it's always good to stockpile Hyatt points too, because like a lot of people don't know this, but if you do a point stay with Hyatt and you're a globalist, you actually get free parking. Which if you do a cash stay as a globalist, you don't get free parking. Just crazy. That doesn't really make a lot of difference to us, but we did use that in Chicago.
We certainly did.
We had a rental car.
Yeah, we happened to have a rental car, and if you've been to Chicago, you know how fun it is to park a car there. Free parking at the hotel, in and out privileges, no problem at all. It was amazing. It was really amazing. It boggled my mind. Do you remember how much it was? I feel like
$70.
I think it was $79 a night for the parking, which was bonkers to me.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they gave us the restaurant breakfast, which was phenomenal every day. I couldn't even finish it. It was crazy how much they were giving us there. And they treated us like kings, and then the room they gave us was also insane. Another great upgrade.
Yeah. Let's see. Excuse me. Robert from Long Island. There's two Roberts from New York now.
Oh.
Wants to know who came up with the idea to sell everything and retire abroad, or was it both? How did that happen?
Oh, between us? They're asking about us? Yeah. Oh, whose idea was it? Well, travel was always a big deal for us, but I think in the first year when our kids both went off to college, Rob came out of his office. I was upstairs in my office and he was downstairs in his office, and he came out, he's like, take a look at this. And he's like, look at these numbers. This doesn't make sense. Why are we keeping this house? Why are we living here? This is silly. This whole huge house for us, and our son was already moved to Chicago and he was going to be staying there, and our daughter had just started college, and we were like, why are we here? And then we started looking at things, and one thing led to another, and we were like, yeah, let's dump it all. We're out of here. But the funny part is the original idea was to travel for 1 year and try to find some place that we liked and kind of plant down there and scale down like considerably, and then still travel several months out of the year. Well, about probably 5 or 6 months into that first year, we were both sitting around one night doing, I don't know what, watching TV or something. And we were like, we should keep doing this. We don't need to settle down anywhere. And then we didn't. We said, all right, let's see how far we go. And so that's what we decided to do.
All right, let me get through a couple more quick awards, because these companies will not live if they don't get this award.
That's right. They're hanging by a thread.
Best welcome offer this year of the whole year was the Chase Business Inc. That was 100,000 Chase points. We both took that offer. That was 200,000 Chase points, plus one of us referred the other one. So that was 220,000 Chase points, which transfers to Hyatt. that was by far the best welcome offer. Check that out if you're interested. I think right now it's 90,000, still pretty good, but 100,000 was the best.
Yeah,
most
you don't
nights,
see that one often though.
No, most nights stayed IHG. 108 nights we stayed in IHG this year.
That's right.
Whew, that was crazy. 108 nights. Okay, and then this is not really an award, but this is a company that we owe an apology to.
We do owe an apology.
And I'll let you give the apology. Because we trashed them in one of our videos.
We did trash them in one of our videos on our cruise channel, on Grounded Life Cruises. We pretty heavily went hard on Princess, and we want to publicly apologize to Princess for how harsh we graded them on our All the Cruises video that we did. They ranked behind everybody on that one originally, and well, we have to do an official apology video, but this is just like, to soften the blow. We want to apologize to you, Princess.
We just did our group cruise on Princess, and this time it was amazing. It was totally amazing. And what was even better about it was like the Princess staff was so amazing to us. Because first of all, we did this group cruise with people from the retirement travel Jumpstart community, and we didn't know how many people were going to go. So we were just like, we're not even going to make a group. We're just going to have everybody book their own thing. Turned out there was literally 40 of us. And so we had a huge group. And then we kind of went to them after we got on board, and we were like, hey, we got this big group. Can you do anything for us? And they bent over backwards to get us like meeting space and dinner reservations for everybody.
All kinds of stuff.
And they made us look really good when we had really not prepared for that. So the Princess staff, shout out to Barbie. I really highly doubt she's watching this.
I highly doubt she's watching this.
But she was amazing. And it was great. So we really had a good time on that.
There is an extra award also that we need to do, and that's which of our channel members has the best hat.
Okay, that is a good. This award may
there
actually.
Are so many.
I have a couple good
hats.
I have a couple good hats.
Rob has good hats, but you're not a channel member.
Jeff has that Detroit hat.
Yes.
But I think
it's gonna have to be.
It's gotta be Gary. It's gotta be Gary.
Gary.
It's gotta be Gary. Yeah, Gary. I think Gary wins another award, which is like we were walking around. What city we were in where they did the cliff diving? Was that Mazatlan? Yeah, we were in Mazatlan. We're walking around, all of us, and there's this big statue, and there's like these birds sitting on it. And Gary's trying to get a picture of this statue, and he doesn't want the birds. He didn't
want the bird in his picture.
He's trying to throw a ball up there and distract the bird. And I see this happening. I'm like, where did he even get the ball from? I'm laughing.
And the local vendors were standing around watching him do it. They were laughing too. It was really so funny. Gary, you're a hoot.
Gary's hilarious. Gary may or may not have seen like camel pictures and videos of Gary riding a camel.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, so if this brings up the next thing, which I do need to mention, which is, okay, so the group cruise was amazing. It was like the most fun week. Probably why we're all sick is because we stayed up all night.
We hung out too much.
Yeah.
You're right, Monica. That was a great cruise.
It was the best cruise ever. But we did, so we were looking, there's a Da Nang trip coming up for the retirement travel Jumpstart community, and we were looking at our reservation this week, and we were like, maybe we'll switch rooms to this other type or something. And it turns out the hotel is basically sold out of king rooms on points now because the people from the community have already booked up most of the points rooms. You can still get a twin room, 2 single beds, but not a king room for the
We,
dates.
we managed to sell out all the king rooms.
and it may sell out all the twin rooms soon. So
I think so.
if you're on the fence about making your reservations for Da Nang, I would go ahead and get on that pretty quickly.
Now somebody's asking for hat advice, and that is, what is the best type of hat for men while traveling? Rob does use a baseball cap. It really just depends on what type of hat you're used to. Gary's hat does seem
Gary's
also
is better.
quite. What kind do you what do you call that? Is that a Panama hat, Gary? Let us know here.
That's better for the sun.
But it's better for the sun because it has a rim all the way around, which I think is, oh, see, he says a Tilly hat if your head sunburns easily. So there you go.
Yeah.
Gary had a very good suggestion, and he would know because he's a hat guy.
I wear the baseball hat, but I tend to avoid the sun, like, no,
Yes.
without question.
And some very serious layers of sunscreen because, as you could tell, he burns easily.
I tend to avoid even the shade if it's a hot day. So, yeah, hats will blow away. I have lost several hats.
Yes, he lost his favorite hat.
On the train.
On a train.
Yeah, I was
in
sticking my head
Canada.
out the side.
We were outside on the little outside area, which is open.
Yeah.
And it just blew right off his head.
Yep.
He was so sad. It was his favorite hat. If anyone was around when he had the Expos hat, that's the hat he lost in Canada 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We miss it still.
That is the hat that I got the most comments on of any hat I've ever worn. Everyone comes,
or sports shirt.
Love your Expos hat. Love your Expos hat.
He
Don't
did
know
not
why.
replace it. We've seen that hat a few times, and it's just, I think he just loved that particular one so much. We actually saw another one at the Hockey Hall of Fame when we were in Toronto that one time.
Yeah, it wasn't right though.
But he just wasn't feeling it. His heart was too broken still, and he still has not replaced it till this day.
Yeah. Bella is asking, do you help pay for your kids? I think that's, we had a lot of people have said this over the years on our videos. Say, well, this would be easy to do since you don't have kids.
We have two.
But, yeah, we do have two kids. They're in their 20s. And, I think the last 5 years or so was hard on a lot of kids. It's hard, the job market, hard.
Tough.
And so we, along with many others, that was what was kind of cool about the group cruise, was we got to know a lot of people on there, and you can kind of like one-on-one over dinner or lunch talk about your, the real situation. And we don't talk a lot about paying for stuff on YouTube, but we have kids, and obviously we support them, so I'll leave it at that. But we don't put that kind of stuff into we don't put that stuff in our budget.
Right.
So you would never see that stuff.
Hello, Louisa and Michael are here also.
Let's see, I'm missing a lot of stuff here.
Down here. On his Padres hat. Yeah, that is a nice hat, though.
That is a nice hat. Padres hat, yeah.
Rob used to have a nice Padres hat. Every time I saw his hat, it always made me think of that one that you had.
I haven't
Long
gone
time
yet.
ago.
The place I get my hats is here in Bangkok, but I haven't been yet.
We haven't.
So I need to go.
We passed it on the train, but we didn't get off.
Yeah, it's Ekamai Station. Go to the mall at Ekamai Station. Go to the discount outlet store
And you're golden.
on the top floor.
$3.
Of the mall. $3.
Although I don't know if the prices have gone up. It could be 4 or 5, but they're
Maybe.
really nice hats.
Maybe.
Hello, Kyla and Alex. Thank you for joining us. I see you guys are back in New Zealand.
Wait, where are they? I don't see
It was in here. I think it moved up, maybe. I don't know. I've lost it now. There it is.
Oh. Hey, Kyle and Alex.
What did we have with them? Lunch?
We had
Dinner?
lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah, we had lunch with them.
I don't remember what was lunch or dinner, Kyla.
A couple weeks ago.
Last week.
Last week.
Just as you were getting better, on that first day you were starting to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to a place called
Akiyoshi.
Akiyoshi, which is shabu shabu, which is basically I'd never heard of it before, but it's basically they give you a piece of paper and they have all the meat and everything listed on it. You write down what you want them to bring you. It's unlimited. They bring it to you, and then you have a little grill at your table, and you have a little like hot
Like
soup
the
thing,
hot pot.
hot pot where you can cook the meat on either one, and they bring you whatever you want. So we went there, had an amazing time. We actually go there all the time. We now have a frequent
We
member
have
card.
a frequent visitors card that they gave us the last time we were here, like in August. We
Yeah.
went so many times. They were like, "Do you guys want the member card?" I was like, "Duh."
Let's see. Sarah and David are going to celebrate their 28th wedding anniversary in Da
Ooh,
Nang.
yay! That'll be fun.
We're going to celebrate our 30th in Vietnam.
Somewhere in Vietnam.
We don't know where yet, though.
That's right. It'll be our 30th next year. Woo.
Yeah. We don't have any family outside the U.S. Well, not like real close family. We have a little bit of family.
In where? In the U.S.?
No.
No,
They're
outside
asking
the
if we
US?
have family outside the U.S.
Oh,
We don't really
no.
have none of that.
It was just like my parents' relatives that still live in the Dominican Republic, but there's very few of them left there. Almost everybody's in the U.S. now, but there are a handful, probably 5 or 6
Yeah.
my family members that are still in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, I have another award. This one's going to go to an entire country. So this will probably be pretty important to them.
It will.
They would actually.
Because
like
they're
it.
always in competition with the other country that
So,
we really like.
best hospitality, I think, in the world. Yeah, we've been to most of the places that would be
60 plus countries.
hospitable. So, there's more countries that haven't been, but I don't think they're winning the best hospitality award. So, best hospitality in the world.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
I bet you thought we were going to say Thailand, but it's Vietnam.
Thailand is
Hospitality
right there too,
wise.
but
For sure. Yeah.
yeah. Vietnam it's like a different level. We actually had a
Mm-hmm.
conversation this week that we were saying
Mm-hmm.
we're no longer going to stay in Airbnbs in Vietnam, because when you stay in an Airbnb in Vietnam, you miss out on that hospitality, and it's just like an amazing part of the experience. So we're gonna do hotels in Vietnam from now on.
Mm-hmm. Totally worth it.
They just, I really can't explain it, but it's just amazing. The level, the seriousness with which they take it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you go into a lounge in Vietnam, it's like, they say, well, the first day we went to a lounge in Vietnam, we go up the elevator, and we walk up to the desk, and I say to the lady, because I'm used to the U.S. lounge, I say, do you need to know our room number? She's like, oh no, I know who you are. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Marmion.
We were like, oh,
And I was like, okay.
hey. Because we were like, we
Well,
always don't know the room number because we're always staying in hotels and we always lose track of what room we're in.
So that was like staggering.
So
She
I
was
went to
like-
get the key out to look at the little cardboard thing they give you with the number on it. She was like, oh no, I know what room you're in. I was like, you do?
Yeah, so that was staggering. And then they walked us to our table, and then they're like, what can I get you? I was like, I'm just going to go get a drink. She was like, no,
They refused to let us do anything.
you need to sit.
We
I
could
will
do
go
nothing.
get the drink, and I'll get you your Coke with your ice, and they bring it to you, and they sit, and just the most pleasant people in the world.
It
And
was lovely.
and
And it was
then,
like that in every
it
lounge.
was everywhere. And then like you go when you go to leave, you go to the elevator, they'll hop up and run over in front of you, hit the down button for you, so that you don't have to exert that extra
Energy of hitting the button.
And then they'll stand there at the elevator until you get on.
It's so lovely. They're so sweet.
And so it's like,
And they're just so genuinely kind. It
Yeah.
just feels nice because because it is genuine. You feel that. It's amazing.
it's like an extra mile they go that we wouldn't even think exists. Like, why would I run over to hit the button for somebody
Right.
as a hotel worker. Like
Yeah, see, Kyla and Alex said the same thing. 10 out of 10 Vietnam hospitality. You're right. They were just recently in Ho Chi Minh and they were really impressed.
Yeah.
So,
and,
yeah.
And so our shock, like we got to Chicago and went to the lounge at the Hyatt. We walk in the lounge and I'm expecting like the heavens to open, and the girl doesn't even look up from her phone.
She didn't even look up from the...
She didn't even look up.
She was on her phone. She didn't even look up to... Because you have to tap yourself in with the key. So if you have the key, they know obviously you belong in there because you have the key to come in. So they don't even look up. They don't greet you, nothing. You just...
Yeah.
You're on your own in there like a wild animal.
So I was like, I guess we're getting our own drinks here in the U.S. at the lounge. But it was fine. We're not that...
And like, we're going to have to go get them? No, we knew we did. We're just kidding.
It's just kidding, but it's like Vietnam.
But it is definitely a different feel. Going to the... There was only one lounge in the U.S. that really exceeded, and that was that lounge at the Intercontinental in San Francisco.
Yeah, but it had its moments where
it had a couple of moments where it was, but the staff in there was, I mean, if I had to choose one, that would be the one, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything.
I mean, it's not anywhere close to even the worst lounge that we went to here, which none of them were bad.
Yeah, no. Thailand is good too, but Vietnam, like they take it so serious. Like most of the workers ended up talking to us. Because once they find out you're American, they're really, really, desperate's not the word, but really, really trying to perfect their American English. And so they just want to talk to you, like, because they want that practice. So they would talk to us a lot, and they would tell, we were there for a long time, so we're like, sure, let's talk. So they were telling us that they would go to college to work at the hotel lounges. Like, they go to, like, years of schooling to work in these hotel lounges, and it's a very serious thing, and then they get promoted up the chain in the hospitality industry. So they like treat every single thing like it's
very seriously,
like it's their career. Whereas like in a lot of other countries, it's like they just got someone off the street and paid them $20 an hour to work in there, and they don't care. It's not important to them, which is fine. But you know, that's why it's so serious in Vietnam. This is their career. So
they work very hard at it. Someone asked if we tip lounge service. We do. Not in all places, but in one like that, yes, we would.
Like that one that we were there for 40 days, so we tipped at the end. And then what was crazy was they all gave us gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. So it was amazing.
Bought me flowers. They bought me an entire bouquet of gorgeous flowers, which thankfully we were able to take with us to the next place. We went to Ha Long Bay, so we had beautiful bouquet of flowers in our hotel room in Ha Long Bay.
Let's see, Monica. So if you book the Da Nang Hotel with points, it is refundable. So book with points if you have them. And the single beds are what they have. They have not like one bed. They have a room with two single beds in it. So that's what they had last we checked.
Yes.
How far in advance do you have your agenda planned? Right now, we are planned out through October. Basically, everything is paid for with points. Of course, we will cancel most of that and rebook it several times once we see something better. But that is what happens. Monica's up for sharing a room in Da Nang if someone wants to make a if you make a post in the retirement travel Jumpstart community, then someone can probably respond to you.
Someone might be. I would do that because that's the only community that is invited is the retirement travel Jumpstart course participants that are in the community.
Rita wants to know what other city to visit in Vietnam before Da Nang. A lot of people are doing that, so people can throw out
suggestions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say either go south, start in the south, and go to Ho Chi Minh City to Saigon, or head north, and you could go, depending on how much time you have, if you go north, you can go to Hanoi, but also you're close enough to go to Ha Long Bay as well. So, and that would be a pretty decent time of the year. You should be able to, it'll be hot, but you should be able to really get a good view of the bay. So that's a couple interests. So either go to Hanoi and Halong Bay or go south to Saigon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my suggestions.
Let's see. The awkward entrepreneur. That's an interesting
Name. I like
name.
it.
I like that. Yeah. It was raining when they got to Da Nang, and the people took good care of them. Yeah, that's definitely the.
That's how they are.
When we checked out of our hotel in Vientiane, we were going to Halong Bay, which is how many hour drive is that? Like 2-3 hour drive. 4 maybe? I don't remember.
I think it was, I want to say it was 2 hours. I'm pretty sure it was 2 hours, yeah.
2 something maybe. Anyway, we were like, we went to the front desk. We were like, yeah, we got to go to Halong Bay tomorrow. How do you recommend us getting there? They were like, we'll take you in the hotel car. I'm like, it's 2.5 hour drive.
You're going to take us in the hotel car?
Yeah, we'll take you. We'll have our driver take you. That's the kind, like.
He had warm washcloths for us in the car, chilled water. I was like, are these people joking? They were so sweet. They all came out and said bye to us. It was like, I actually cried, and I'm not a big crier, but I was like, this is the sweetest thing ever.
David, when are you going to get the Da Nang chat up and running? I don't know. It's going to be, there's going to be a community it'll be on your dashboard when you log in.
Mm-hmm. It'll show up.
It won't be like real soon, but it'll be soonish. Not this week, probably.
Yeah.
Once we get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Let's see. In Vietnam, there are trains. Yeah, there are trains, planes. If it's less than an hour or two, you can just get someone to drive you.
Yeah. And and it's just really, really affordable to get people to drive you places. It's incredible how affordable it is to get around, even for some place like that ride that the hotel essentially gifted us. We stayed there for 40 nights, so we got to know them all really well. But that ride would have probably only cost about $50, which is crazy.
Hey, Dave and Nikki.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hope you guys are doing great.
Hope you're doing well. Getting time for you to
be
hit
leaving
the road
soon.
Yeah, that's exciting. Let's see. We have another award to give out here.
Oh, one more.
We have two more awards.
Oh, yes.
One more. We'll just do one more. Best business class we flew on. We don't do a lot of airline awards, but Allie had been wanting to fly business class before this year. If you can believe it, we have never flown business class on an airline because it's just very expensive, and we never saw the point in doing it, and so we just didn't do it. And as we've gotten older,
until we got a little bit older,
this year, I'll tell you what, we decided it was time to start making things easier. That's why people are talking about these like airport transfers, the white glove airport transfers, where you speed you through immigration and have a car waiting for you. Yes, sign me up for that. Like, like we used to do crazy things that I can't even imagine doing anymore. So one of the things we wanted to try out this year was business class, and we used some of the Chase points that we got. No, we used your Amex points. We got the Amex Platinum, and we used the points from that. And in Asia, you can get business class for as little as like 20,000 points per flight. So we flew several business class trips.
Yeah, flights from 2 to 4.5-ish hours. So pretty decent.
And you were the one that really wanted to do it. So what was your favorite of all the ones we did?
My favorite of all of them was, not shocking probably to all, is going to be Singapore Airlines. From the minute we checked in, they treated us amazing. Their special lounge that we had access to, the Solar Crystal Lounge, was incredible. They had a ramen bar in the lounge, which was wild. And then just the service was amazing from the staff. and the seat was incredible, in great condition. It wasn't like, gross. Sometimes they're a little bit dirty. It was not in this case. It was immaculate, and like I said, the staff was amazing.
Yeah. It was great. So yeah, that Singapore Air definitely gets our award. And we got to stay, this isn't an official award, but most interesting hotel was, I just thought of it, was the Singapore Airport Hotel, which had a view of the runway.
The Crown Plaza at Changi Airport was amazing because for someone who doesn't like to fly, that's me. I don't like to fly, but I love airplanes and I love to watch them take off and land. And anytime I have a view of an airport, Rob can attest to the fact that I am on my phone on the flight radar and I am tracking all the flights. I'm like, Rob, these people are coming in from Houston. He's like, I don't care, but he humors me. I'm like, this flight. I always like to watch the big birds land. I love it when the 380s and the A380s and the A350s are coming in because they're so huge, they're so massive in the air. And I did get to see an Emirates flight coming in while we were there, so you could tell I was super excited about that. I did do a video on that on Travel Asia with Ali if you want to check it out on that channel.
You did get excited about that, yeah. Let's see. We had a question about. Now I've lost the question. Let's see. Oh, it was about when to go to Europe. Blue-eyed Kansan. Not in the summer. Do not go in June, July, or August. That is just a recipe for disaster. Favorite time for us in Europe would be the fall, September, October, November.
November, then, depending on what country.
Yeah, if you can pair that with like Iceland or Norway, that time of year, you might get to see the Northern Lights. Yeah, that'd be cool. Definitely, we almost always go to Europe in the fall. It's cheaper, it's cooler, it's not as busy. And it's just, it's definitely better.
Yeah.
Let's see. What does your days look like when you stay in a place for a month or longer? So like right now, we're here for a month. Do you stay at the hotel and work or hit the tourist spots?
We actually just live basically like our regular life. We do a lot more fun, chill things for ourselves. Rob likes to play video games. I love to read. We have in a building like this one, we have a gorgeous rooftop pool. I like to go up there and sit and read outside. That's really fun. Go to the gym or go get steps or just go meet a friend, different things like that. In some place like this, we have actual local friends, so we go do things with them. And then there's other people in town, we go do things with them. We have a lot of free time because we don't spend so much time. As much time as people think doing YouTube, even though we have a lot of channels. We really only spend about 5 hours a week working on those videos for those channels. So that's the beautiful thing about it, is people are like, oh, you're not really retired because you work. I'm like, do we really want to call 5 hours work?
So like today, I slept in. I think when I woke up, Allie was at the mall, the store. We at the mall.
I was running errands.
Yeah, and then
I had to go get vitamins, get cash.
She came back and we made breakfast, and then we took a nap, and then you read and I played video games. And then we're watching. Usually, like we'll make dinner, and then we're usually watching like a show or whatever, like on Netflix or something. So we watched 2 episodes of a show. And then we just sat around until we did this. So
that's right.
There's a lot of days like that where it's like that's what we would have been doing in Georgia. Like that would have been our life in Georgia.
Yep.
We were looking outside to see if there's going to be fireworks tonight, which there usually is, like right there.
Right back there.
It's not when you've been doing this for 6 years, you can't like spend every day going to tourist sites. It's mostly not that. You do go to some tourist sites every once in a while. And then there's weeks where you're like just doing a lot of touristy stuff, but you tend to crave normalcy a little bit, and this is what's normal.
Yeah.
You crave that little bit of downtime that you've been working for. So
Yeah. The news? No, we
have no idea.
as little as possible. We're just,
You'd be surprised how
Yeah.
easy it is to not hear anything about the
it's
U.S.
quite easy.
It's very easy because it's just
Yeah.
we don't hear anything.
We just see news here, like, we'll just go over the news from here, like, oh, did you see, they're going to start doing flights straight from Bangkok to LA starting in February. Like, just like local news to hear for us is usually what we do.
Yeah, today we were looking at all the New Year's celebrations that are going to be happening and trying to figure out. They're going crazy with all the New Year's things this year. It's going to be amazing. So I woke up and I heard this news there's going to be some big Mudang celebration. Like all week. If you don't know what that is, it's a pygmy hippo, right? Anybody
that has become world famous.
Anybody familiar with Mudang? Allie has a Mudang cup.
I have been wanting to get this cup from a tea shop called Chatramu, which is basically like the Starbucks here, except it's tea instead of coffee. Mostly there is coffee, but it's mostly centered around Thai milk tea is their main beverage. So yes, thank you. That's right, Kyla and Alex, Mudang for life. Yes. So I got the new cup. They were out of them when I went last week, and today I happened to be walking past it to go to the grocery store to get I had to get 2 things at the grocery store, and I was like, oh, I saw the line at Chatramu, and I was like, they have to have the cups back. Sure enough, I stood in line. I walked in. I said, look at what I got, Rob. I got the Mudang cup.
Yeah, so I read today there's going to be 9 Mudang celebrations all over the city. And then there's going to be for New Year's at the mall. Right, you can see basically, it's right around the corner from our window.
That way.
They're going to have the main singer from Blackpink at the mall. Now that is going to be absolutely wild. Because that's probably
Lisa, because she's the Thai one. The other girls are Korean, and she's the only one that's not Korean. She's Thai.
Probably the most popular person in all of Thailand.
In all of Thailand, everyone loves Lisa, and she's a doll.
And so I don't think we're gonna go to the mall that day.
No,
but we can watch it from our balcony.
We can hear her from here. Because we're just across the river from her.
Yeah. So
I'm good from here.
There's all gonna be all kinds of.
I'm gonna let all the little Thai girls go up there and do it.
Yeah, Lisa from Blackpink. Ted
That's
even
right.
knows.
Yes, Ted knows.
Ted knows.
She is a great singer, and she's also gonna be in the new season of White Lotus. And Rob does not watch White Lotus, but our daughter Alexa and I, the kids and I. TV is like our thing, and so we watch shows long distance and then we discuss them. Like I have a show I watch with our son and then we discuss it, and then I have a show I watch with Alexa usually and we discuss it. Right now we're reading a book and discussing it back and forth, but when White Lotus comes back on, we're going to be watching that because Alexa is a huge Blackpink fan. So we're really excited to see Lisa on that.
So there's gonna be celebrations all over the city, at least 10 New Year's Eve celebrations. So they're all competing to get this. So they all.
I think this one's gonna win.
They all one up each other, and every single celebration has something amazing. And then Icon Siam was like, "Oh, we have Lisa from Blackpink," so it's okay, well that
you win.
It's over.
I think Ted wanted to know what games you play.
What games do I play?
Mm-hmm. I think up here.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Right now I'm playing college football 25.
Shocking.
Shocking
information.
I'm playing with Michigan.
That's also shocking.
Let's see. What is shocking is I am still playing an old NASCAR game, which I'm not a NASCAR fan, but I like the driving aspect of it. I have the golf game. Mm-hmm. I play Call of Duty, but usually only when our daughter's here. She's really good at Call of Duty.
She's very good at it, which is shocking.
And so I usually play with her. She likes to play, but she just annihilates me. So usually about a month before she comes to visit, I start playing Call of Duty to see if I can even get somewhere close. And it never works. But yeah, that's basically what I'm playing right now.
Yes. Laura, that's so funny. I would love to have seen someone dressed as Mudang for Halloween. That'd be great.
Let's see. Emily wants to know, what area of Bangkok do you recommend for a first timer?
Anywhere along Sukhumvit, you'll see that. And make sure that you're as close as you possibly can get to the BTS, which is the metro line. You will thank us for that later, I promise, when you don't have to walk for 15 minutes in the heat. The closer you are, the better. Like you wanted to say, 100 meters, 50 meters from the BTS station, as close as you can get to BTS station. Stay on Sukhumvit. I would probably stay away maybe from the Nana station area, but outside of that, pretty much anywhere along there would be great.
Yeah, exactly. So Reggie, the commenter, I like that name too, because he's commenting. For our eSIMs, we're using Air Allo. There should be a link in the description to what we're using.
Mm-hmm.
We have never had a problem with an eSIM. Just what we do is we get the Asia link one, which covers you for all of Asia. And so like we're here for a long time. No matter what country we go to in Asia, it'll work.
It works
all
the
of
same.
Asia.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, like when you change countries, you don't have to get a new eSIM. And it's like $1
It's
or
the
two more.
regional one as opposed to, because you can do the local ones for just the country you're in, which is fine if you're going to be there for like ever. But if you're going to be moving around to different countries in that region, so for us in Asia, we'll be moving around, we can use that Asia one. So we do the regional one instead of the local one. We buy the regional eSIM card.
Yeah, and then for the VPN, we're using NordVPN. I think there's a link for that too down there. Haven't had a problem with that. And it is actually 1 a.m. here now, so we're gonna do rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
I think we've given out all our awards.
That's right.
I did like the video games on Virgin Voyages.
We both did actually, because I do love the retro video games. I did also love those in Japan.
I have not been watching the Red Wings. It's a lost season. I'm considering it. Kyla and Alex are going to get breakfast. So yeah, we're going to bed now too.
They're in New Zealand.
Good to see you guys. Can you recommend somewhere that isn't humid in Asia? Well, I think you still come to Asia and just stay inside when you don't want to be. That's what I do. I don't walk around during the day. Let's see, the regional one, Japan in the fall and winter, Ted is saying. I'm not sure what he's responding to.
I think he's responding to Deborah here about the climate.
Oh yeah, Japan. That is a good one. I didn't think of Japan.
Yeah,
Japan would be the non-humid
that would be the
one.
only one that's not really humid.
Japan's like its whole different world.
And yeah, for sure not in the summer. We've done that and it was pretty toasty.
Yeah, because if you come to like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand,
it's just hot year round.
It's just going to be humid.
Yeah.
You could go to Hanoi in the winter. That would be cool too. Hey, from Saudi Arabia.
Wow, Saudi Arabia. Welcome.
All right. Well, I think we've given out all of our awards. I hope the recipients all enjoyed that. Sure, it meant a lot to them.
I think we got through. I don't see any others in here. I think we got everything, right?
Yeah. Well, we are going.
Before we go, Kelly, that's what I was going to say is she was saying she never thought of looking up the data of where they were coming from. It's an app. I use Flight Radar. I think it's Flight Radar 24 is called. You can use the free version. I have the paid one. But you can use the free one and it will tell you where everybody's coming from if you want that.
And next week, there is not going to be a live because
it
is my birthday. Yep.
Yep, our birthdays are actually next weekend. Mine on Saturday, Reb's on Sunday.
Yeah. And so we will no live next week, and then maybe the week after we'll do one before New Year's.
Maybe do one more
this
live
year.
of 2024.
Yeah, that would be the
think we'll do
last
that.
one of the year.
So we will not see you next week. We will be out celebrating. Well, actually, we'll be done with celebrating by then, but we will not be
We'll
on
probably
here
be
with
asleep.
you.
Yeah, so.
We'll be asleep.
From celebrating.
So thank you guys for joining us. Hope everybody has a super duper day. Thank you for the look at you getting happy birthdays early.
Ooh, but it's yours. It's your birthday
Mine too. Yeah, I guess that's for both of us.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll schedule the next one in. Hopefully we'll get one more in before the end of 2024. Enjoy your day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.